I'm by the moment with everything I do. So it's kind of like customized on what I do as far as people. I don't say,
Mm,
okay, this individual obviously with kids, I don't want to call it basic fundamentals, but it's about being generally nice and versus, when you're in the corporate world and there's, there's strategies and there's other things, but there are certain elements that, with children, kids, youth, that I had to overcome, that I had to endure, and about being your own self, using your own mind,
mm,
being your own leader, being kind, letting them know that I was never about bullying, that I was never about, I've never smoked, I've never drank, I've never, that it's okay to not, it's okay to be that one. You don't have to, what everyone else is doing, that's one of the worst excuses that, well, everyone else is doing it,
right.
be your own, and so using those engines and let that parlay into what you're designed to be. And so then as you grow, um, you pretty much are not going to be able to just falter just because everyone else is doing. Those are the elements of becoming a leader, is when you make those decisions where you don't have to look back and say, you know, I wish I woulda, coulda, shoulda. I would have been
Right.
this. I'm at the barbershop every week, and I always hear woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Mm.
I always meet woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Wow, that's brutal.
And it's a brutal way to live.
Yeah, yeah.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. And hear someone else author your story, narrate your story in the woulda, coulda, shoulda a mindset. And so it's a lot of decisions are made right there in that moment. That left turn that you don't make are sometimes the ones that are allow you
Mm,
to go to another floor, or go to another, avenue, go to another promotion, go to, another interview, internship, everything. You're always being interviewed, is what I tell the youth.
mm.
You're never away from, just because you're out of the way of your guardian, your folks or whatever, you're always being interviewed. We're all in a fight in some shape or form. We're
Yeah.
all in a fight against ourselves, sometimes fight against competition. Sometimes we're in the way of our own creation. Sometimes we're in delegation, delegating things to people.
Right.
Um, how are we able to change up the styles at times, and when are we going to keep getting hit with the right hand, walking into the straight right hands of life, not boxing, life. And a lot of
Right.
times, most times we do, and sometimes we're not willing to stop, take a deep breath and listen and learn new tactics in order to win. My avenue is my avenues, and where I live well, is, like I said, in adaptation and endurance, and obviously, to be overwhelming. It's important that after a while you understand, um, what I'm bringing is significant, but also that it's in extremely authentic and genuine. I'm speaking from a place that I'm on the front line with you. You
Mm,
know that I want you to win.
mhm.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And I'm on the front line with you. I show up to your fight before you get there. So what I bring to them is, you see a bona fide fighter, but a bona fide champion. If you see someone that has 12 round execution, and it is about winning.
Mm.
That record that you talked about, those numbers, the one thing that it tells you, if anything, is that I have a passion, and a blueprint,
Right.
for winning, and getting it done. It may not be the way you like it to be done, the way you should, but that's what it's about. And it's about execution. And that's through hard work. I'm willing to show up and do the work. And I expect the same for you, and I expect you to be the example for other people. And I want it to become a pulse, a positive pulse.